Within the party that have sort of been simmering beneath the surface, debates that have just never been had. Debates over, should we have gone into Iraq in the first place? Should we be in the business of going and trying to address situations where countries are being led by bad guys?
Right.
What should that look like? These are debates that we have not had out in the open in a really robust way. To what extent were Republicans or Democrats, or what was responsible for the financial crisis? You know, this was never a debate that Republicans tried to resolve in the 2012 election. And so now we're at this point where it's Donald Trump who's the one who's coming out and saying things, and everybody says, well, you're a Republican, you can't say that. Yeah. And forgetting that there are large swaths of the Republican Party that are frustrated with the Republican Party.
And Mike Barnicle, anybody that needs any evidence that the Republican Party base is angry with Washington, D.C. only needs to look at that debate and the reaction to it. I thought, you know, after the 9/11 comments and many other comments, that there was going to be a revolt against Donald Trump that night and the next morning, but we certainly haven't seen any indication of that. And it just shows that if you're Marco Rubio and you err on the side of seeming robotic or weak, sweating, being nervous, that is a sin. Apparently in 2016, going the other way is not a sin. This isn't about ideology. It's all about, I guess, strength. Like Bill Clinton said, better to be what? Strong and wrong than right and weak.
Well, you know, Joe, I would imagine that the other candidates on that stage, after that debate last Saturday night and up until and including this morning, are now looking at Donald Trump, asking themselves, is he unstoppable? Is it possible that he can say anything, including putting September 11th on President George W. Bush, and nothing happens to him? There's no negative. So you've got that. The other altering, I mean really life-altering event in the campaign happened Saturday when Justice Scalia did. And I think you're going to see more emphasis, especially on the Republican side of the aisle, on emphasizing the fear aspect in the course of the campaign. Ted Cruz, we just played the clip before we broke for 7 o'clock at the top of the hour. We are talking about losing our basic liberties if we get it wrong. Ted Cruz talking about the potential selection of a next Supreme Court justice. So you've got fear of what's going to happen in the court. You've got already the injection of fear with regard to the Obama administration taking care of the security of this country. You've got fear of Obamacare itself. It's fear, fear, fear that they're talking about, that most of the candidates are talking about.
And Caddy,